See, can I ask you, this is your first Cannes Lions, I believe, and you've come here because you're compelled to talk to brands and have a mission for more authentic stories. Why do you feel now is the right time?
Well, in the last few years in which I've been involved with the gay rights movement, not only in the United Kingdom, but across Europe and the world, I've been very impressed that along with certain governments representing their people, the commerce that also represent the people, because they're constantly engaging with them as clients and customers, realize that they have to be part of the modern world, and the world is shifting in its attitudes. When you talk to very young people, I mean sort of 12, 13-year-olds on gay issues, what they know about themselves and how they don't want to be labelled is not reflected in the sort of branding that they see in the press and the media and the life around them. So there's a sort of disconnect. And when Jackie came along with the idea she can talk about herself, I was impressed enough to come along after a lifetime of distrusting branding, because I mean, branding I've always thought was probably not entirely on the side of truth. You know, it was covering something up maybe. I want branding that is open and honest and part of the world I know.
Is that realistic goal, do you think, Jackie? Is diversity good for business?
I think diversity is incredibly good for business. I mean, it's proven that a more diverse culture in business actually drives revenue. And I think what's so great about Cannes Lion this year is that diversity is top of the agenda, and brands really do want to join the debate. And I think we're here with a message, which is the entertainment industry and brands can really work together. And if we bring entertainment and purpose together and tell better, truer stories, then actually I think we could all do something to shift that diversity debate along. And that's why my company, the Brooklyn Brothers, is working with Brown Eyed Boy, which is the production company that's worked so many years with Ian, to really bring to life these short stories, the LGBT hero stories, of which Ian will be one of the stars and one of the leads, and will help us through.
Can't wait.
And we're really out here with that message, which is we'd love brands to support us. We're delighted that Facebook's supporting us. They're going to be our broadcasting partner. Yes, we're out here with a message which we'd love to tell these stories, and we'd like brands to help us do it.
What impact does having Sir Ian on board have for you, Gary?
Well, it's enormous. I mean, I'm in the entertainment industry, and we did a sitcom together called Vicious, which did brilliantly on ITV and PBS, I mean, all over the world. And that's when I realised that was a sitcom about a gay couple who'd been together for 50 years, a story that had not been told anywhere, and it was suddenly being seen everywhere. And it was the response I got from emails from people saying the story meant something to me from all over the world that made me realise, well, diversity is a really big deal in my industry too, and there's a lovely synergy between our two industries. And by bringing talent who are following a passion project into the middle of it, we can really do something special and I think very different.
And you know, it's an exciting concept, isn't it?
It is an exciting concept.
Branding, commerce says our audience is equal, it's all the same, they will all like our project. So we've got to persuade them that they're all the same. Meanwhile, the audience, the customer is saying, I'm different, I'm unique, I'm the only one like me, I may be different next week, don't give me a label. To put those two concepts together and make them meld and match will be dealing with what the modern world is about.
See, and you said previously, and of course you've been a very active campaigner for what you believe in. You're one of our most celebrated actors of our generation. Do you feel the climate is right for this? Because we are seeing, especially in America, maybe liberal values being challenged.
Well, you have to laugh. You have to laugh when established companies who subsidize a very serious theatre company in New York remove their funding because they don't like a play by William Shakespeare, which seems to have a modern relevance to the current president. No, get it right. Shakespeare really is very important and has a constant message to say over the years. Attach your name to him, but don't remove it when the message is somehow goes slightly against your feelings in some way. These are challenging concepts, and not everyone will agree with them. And it may all go all right, it may all go wrong. But you know, here's a pioneer in the industry that she works with, going to have a go. So let's see what happens.
But if you have that message, Ian, coming from the White House, how do you combat that?
You combat it by the way kids combat it about their sexuality and everything else about themselves. I am what I am. Will you get out of my way? We're all what we are, and don't put labels on us, don't make any assumptions about us. And I think any Democrat would agree with that concept, wouldn't they? Whether they're president or
And that was right at the end of our talk, really. It was a big shout out to brands to really come out of the closet. It's time to really stick with your values and tell those stories. It's so important to do that now.
And of course, there's a lot of talk about diversity here at Cannes Lions.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing back home, Sir Ian, in the United Kingdom, is it feels like we've never been more diverse. Are you worried?
Well, I live in a multicultural city, London. I don't make assumptions about people anymore, about their sexuality, their origins, their views, their passions. But I'm very keen to find out about them by talking to them. So if that's the result of diversity, well, a better neighbourly place the world's going to be. I don't think people should be frightened of difference. That's a very, very old concept. We don't all live in villages anymore where a black face would be a frightening concept. Or someone from abroad would come with some, as if they're trying to destroy us. You know, it really isn't like that. We're all foreigners, and we're all different. And thank goodness for that. Variety is the spice of life. Diversity is what it's all about, and communication is the answer if there is a problem.
I think the fact that our industry, that the television industry, is now also the same diversity message is permeating every one of our conversations. So there's a total alignment between our industries, which I've wanted to happen for a long time, and finally we can do that.
There is an alignment, and of course the mission here is to align the brands with that message. But going back to the public themselves and going back to our United Kingdom, the problems overcoming and overriding everything else are now people, attacking people in the street because they're from a different religion. How do you overcome that?
By not exaggerating the problem. Many more people killed on the roads because of careless driving than from any terrorist attack.
And I think creating the right role models, continuing to give the right role models to our young people, because I think it's only together in the community that we're actually really going to solve this.
And there is a law in the United Kingdom which says it is illegal to discriminate on many, many grounds in any state school. Kids from all backgrounds are coming and they're getting that message. That comes from the government. That comes from the will of the people. We are all maybe different, but we must all be treated equally. If they get that concept at school, they're going to take it into their lives beyond. And frankly, when I go to schools and talk to kids, I don't have to teach them that message. They know it. It's so obvious. Because they are all different. They look around them, they see that, yes, we're all different, but we're all working here together. Yeah, the world's going to get a better place. We've got to catch up with the young people.
We really do have to catch up with them. Thank you so much.
Sir Ian McKellen, thank you so much. Jackie and Gary, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.